So Lumi and why they wanted it and everything I did. So I started off just being in cars smoking with cousins and friends, contemplating movies and how they could have been better and anime and better endings and what we would have done, which led into like talking about our stories and what we would do with the story. But I never let go, and I kept moving it. My story was called The Land of Power before it became The Last Apocrypha as I kept working on it. And then a dream turned it into 3, which I named it eventually Lumi. But I did it everywhere, like every day, because I didn't really hang out with most people. Even when I still was going out and having fun, I never really talked to anyone consistently. Instead, I would just sit on my couch and brainstorm it for a very, very, very long time. I would imagine their faces, where they're going, the purpose of all it. And then I would create a notebook, which I would go to coffee shops every day, and I would like put it in a row of everything that needed to happen in terms of the plot. I didn't want any plot holes. And then I got into the Kobe mindset. I was like, well, he wanted to be the best basketball player he could be. And I was like, well, I want to be the best storyteller I can be. And so I did everything obsessively in terms of what would Kobe do. And so I started like diving into Redditors, reviews, anything and everything you could think of while I constantly brainstorm my story. People would think I'm just sitting on the couch like being lazy, but I was circulating the story nonstop in my head and trying to control the thoughts so that way I knew exactly where I was rather than my thoughts just exiting other areas. And so I watched booktubers, everything and everything you name it. On Reddit, the most liked comment would be the most agreed. I absorb that. I look at the comment sections of YouTube and everything, and I would mostly just go to my story and be like, oh, my story already has that, or my story in my head would just immediately like include it in a way when I just had a character in mind. So when I did this at clubs, at every place I went, obsessively, it was all I wanted and all I cared about, all I talked about 24/7 for years, like 10 years. And then I knew how to market from Harry Potter, how to market in the story. And I learned from other great stories, everything you need to know, love tropes, enemies to lovers, you name it. And I built amusement parks, restaurants, toys, marketing materials. My story, Lumi, is based off a cookie. And I just did anything and everything possible, knowing that I'm making the next greatest thing. And then I would talk about it all the time when I opened the restaurant at Slater's. And I think eventually someone decided to just steal it. I even wrote the book when I had one arm only, paralyzed, and I finished the last 200 pages with it because I was dedicated. And someone tried to take it all because I think they saw the potential, and that's not okay, and it's not happening. Lumi is mine and God's and yours, people who will be seeing it eventually.